Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now that I've got that turbo out of the way, we can get started on doing some fun stuff today. So I wanted to just Cerakote the hot side of the turbo to get that done with as well. I'm trying to get all the Cerakoting knocked out for everything that we're going to be doing. I have decided I am going to Cerakote the intercooler down there, as well as the intercooler piping. I just don't know what color yet, so whatever colors you guys think is a good idea, please let me know. The intake manifold for the car is going to be that textured red color, just as like a tribute or an homage to like OEM STI colors. So totally open for whatever you guys think will go well. I was kind of thinking maybe like a brushed aluminum or maybe a brushed titanium color. I don't quite know. Let me know what you guys think. So today we got a lot of good stuff going on. FedEx finally dropped off the fuel line that I've been waiting for the STI, the Dash 8 fuel line, so that way I can get the back seat back in the car permanently, so that way I don't have to keep playing in and out with it. Now, I only ordered 10 feet for some reason, thinking that's enough. After looking at the packaging, there's no way in hell that's going to be it. It may be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. We need to run a Dash 8 line from the fuel pumps, two of them, up to the fuel filter that is near the power steering rack, and then we need to run a line up to the fuel rails, and obviously from the fuel rails back to the fuel pressure regulator. However, the return sign on this car is only a Dash 6 instead of a Dash 8, so I don't know, we'll see if we have enough or not. So I've just been going on a Cerakoting spree with everything. I had to do a couple touch-up spots on the downpipe just to be able to make sure that I got full coverage on everything. And then I just wanted to do the hot side of the turbo, A, to help with heat mitigation, B, to help promote or to prevent rust from just accumulating on the outside of that turbo, just because it's steel, it's going, or is it iron? I don't know if it's iron or steel. Either way, it's going to rust regardless. Now, some of you guys were telling me not to wrap these exhaust components after coating them like this. I haven't found any technical documents or info sheets telling me not to. I haven't really found anything telling me to do it either, though, so I'm kind of up in the air about it. If anybody has any technical documents, please let me know. Somebody did link something over to the external wastegate, so that way we don't blow out the bellows. So I won't wrap and coat those, we'll just coat those. With this, I am 100% going to wrap this downpipe regardless. There is no negotiation on that. This thing is so close to everything in the engine bay that it needs to be wrapped. I need to be able to control heat as much as I can in this general area so we don't overheat the fuel rail, the ABS module, the power steering fluid, everything up in this area, so that's non-negotiable there. This stuff back here I can totally live without wrapping it. These did come out, this is after about 2 days of sitting now, they came out absolutely beautiful, so 10 out of 10 if anybody is looking to Cerakote, by all means. It's all linked in the last video. So I did snag some DEI titanium wrap as well, some stainless steel zip ties to be able to do the downpipe. And like I said, if there is anything else out there saying that, hey, maybe I shouldn't wrap anything, then I won't buy any more for this. If I can't find anything, then I am gonna do this on that. But we have some fuel line right here, so we got to get this fuel line in the car. We got to do some more wiring up in here. I texted Kyle, he should be coming up this week to finish fabrication on this. We just have some small stuff like the radiator return line down there, a couple exhaust hangers, and a few odds and ends here and there. We are redoing the intake manifold as well, so don't stress about that. But to start things off, let's do a little bit of wiring. And I need to clean up some wiring in here. So, as you guys remember, I was able to tap the stock ECU into our Haltech down here via that blue and red wire. Those are both CAN communication wires. Now I need to permanently wire it up using this little dongle guy that I have here. So those red and black wires are gonna get lopped off. We're not gonna use those. We're only gonna be using the CAN wires in here. So this jumper is gonna be hardwired into those two CAN communication wires there and then plug straight into our Haltech. So let's knock this guy out to start things off. So I've got our CAN bus hardwired in right here. As you guys can see, the wire goes up and it goes to the stock harness. Now we are going to be running some more wires in here in a little bit, but I want to take a short break from wiring and we're going to go ahead and knock out the fuel line so I can get the back seat back in here and the fuel line and everything all covered back up. So it'll be pretty easy. Actually, since I'm going to be going under the depths of the car, let me show you guys this. This is the coolest thing with this quick jack. So it literally just has this up down button right here. You just press up. Tell me that is not the nicest thing to have. It's gonna go up. Right there, so now we're gonna go make sure the locks will do their lock. So we've got that guy pretty much good right there. This guy is good right there. So you just gotta make sure that this little like foot thing is like behind these little locking tabs in here. And then after you have that, you literally just come back over here to the remote. You push down on it, and now it's locked in place. Dude, tell me that's not the coolest thing ever. That makes life so much easier for working on this turd. No more having to jack it up, jack it down, and look at all the room I have under this. Dude, I could like do somersaults down there. You know, you probably can't do somersaults, but that's a good amount of room. So with that, let's hop in the back seat, start running some fuel line. So 10 feet was just enough to get me from the fuel pumps up to the fuel filter right down there. So it just runs along the frame rail, crosses over the saddle. It's a real pain in the butt to get it over the saddle because you got to like finagle it a couple different ways, but you can definitely fit it through there. So now that our Dash 8 line is ran from the fuel pumps up to the fuel filter, we can go ahead and get the back seat back in. Woo! So I'm actually going to put this thing back on the ground real quick so I can easily maneuver in and out of the car, so that way I'm not climbing up and down this thing, because I am not going back under this for a little while, just because I am a little annoyed from crawling in and out of this thing like 100 times. So let me set this thing back on the ground. Woo! Sit on the ground for a minute there, baby girl. JK, before I get the back seat in, I'm gonna go ahead and get this other fuel rail on. I've been bumping this thing around so much while it's been in the back area. I'm just gonna get this on the car. I went ahead, grabbed a whole bunch of different bolts from AutoZone. So we can go ahead and get this guy installed. Let me find the gasket. We'll get the mating surface of the engine cleaned off. We'll get all of that tape off there and get this thing put back on here permanently, mainly just because I'm tired of running into this thing time and time again. So I've got the other TGV housing and fuel rail bolted on here. Now I keep coming back to these damn coil packs because I don't have a good solution for this. And the one that I did come across is very expensive, and if I don't have to spend $1,500 on coil packs, I don't want to. So I'm gonna try to build a bracket for this to try to hold this GTR coil pack in place, because it does sit in a pretty good spot. It's just being able to mount it, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that quite yet. So before I do that, I do want to reassemble our turbo. The hot side is cured enough to where I can just get it all bolted back together. I just want to keep any extra debris and whatnot out of the turbo, so I just want to keep that clean. So let's just get these two pieces bolted back together real quick. So I've got the back seat put back in, fuel pumps, everything like that is solid at this point, so the back seat does not have to come back out. Thankfully, I'm just trying to get all the little crap sitting around done with. I'm just gonna keep procrastinating the coil packs a little bit longer because I legit just don't know how I want to do them. I don't know, like, I have the external mount option. I've got the like coil unplug option. I have 3 different coil packs I've been playing with. I've got the R35 one there, an STI one that only bolts up in the middle of the cylinder right there. And I've got these Haltech ones. I even went to the extent of, where did I put the other one? I even went to the extent of cutting up a coil pack to try to like come up with ideas and whatnot. I literally cut this coil pack up with a grinder to get this little strap off. If these were mirrored, so this is an OEM coil pack for Subaru. If these were mirrored and these little straps went the other way and the bolt was on the bottom right instead of the top left or the bottom left like that one, everything would bolt up just fine. Everything would. I'm kind of curious if I can just up drill that hole and just bolt that to the engine. I just don't know. I don't know how I want to do this. This is the last thing I have to figure out too. Once I have coil packs figured out on this thing, and Kyle's done with fabrication, we're pretty much good to start it. I legit just do not know how I want to do these coil packs yet, and it's bothering the hell out of me. But for now, I'm gonna jump back into the car because I need to get the head unit back in its home and get it bolted down, because right now it is not bolted down. So let's bolt that guy down. And then we can get the glove box back in, and we can get the MFD and all that top stuff back in permanently, because I have no more wires that I need to run behind the dash, thankfully. Dude, that was like a solid hour of fighting with this thing to get this head unit back in. But all the body panels line back up nicely. Everything works. Went through, checked that, cleaned everything up a little bit, just wiped it down because it's been so dusty and sitting for so long. It's the first time the interior has pretty much all been put back together, with the exception of the gauge cluster and the, what is this? What is this thing called? What is this? The glove box. Thank you. Jeez. With the exception of that and the glove box. So all of that's put back together at this point. I want to start tackling some of this to clean this up. There's like a wideband controller in here, right here, which I need to get mounted. A whole bunch of stuff. So I think these 2 wires can come through here. I was gonna mount the, Jesus, come on, come to me. Come to me, daddy-o. Come to me, daddy-o. Come to me, daddy-o. There we go. I was gonna mount the ECU and everything like that in the glove box, as well as the wideband controller, so I think I might mock that up just to get all of these temporarily mounted in there, but I don't think I can do that until I get these wires figured out here, because these are for the fans, fan 1 and fan 2 for the intercooler radiator, not the intercooler, the radiator. So let me figure this out real quick where I'm gonna put these relays, because I got 2 of them. And then after that, we can get these ran to the relays, get the relays mounted up, get those done with, get those out of the way, and then I can get this glove box compartment put back in. I'm just trying to get the interior like done with at this point, because this sucks. The interior is not fun, and I'm gonna have to run more wires for these for the relays. So these are the same relays that we have controlling the fuel pumps. So this blue wire is the signal. That's where those 2 purple wires are gonna connect up to. One of these red wires is going to go to the battery. The other one is going to go to the fan. And then the black one is just like a chassis ground to ground out the relay. And then we're gonna have to run another ground for the fan. So, you know, let's go find a spot for these. So a lot more good progress has been made. I'm calling it a night. It is midnight right now, and your boy needs to get some editing done still, but let me show you this. Look at that. We don't have a clump of wires down there. I still have to find a home for that fuse box right there, but if we come in here, there's no more wires all over the ground because we have a Brainbox now. Oh, don't judge in there. I still got to clean all those wires up, shorten some of them, and get them routed to where they're going. Like most of the ones over here still need to go up through the firewall up there, but this is mock-up for the Brainbox, so we have our ECU right there. All the ports are still very accessible down there, so that way, whenever we need to plug in a laptop, we can easily do so. If someone's tuning the car, all they got to do is open up the glove box. So we have our ECU, we have both of the relays for the fans in here, as well as the OBD, or not the OBD2, the wideband controller for the O2 sensor, and that is plugged up and already ran up into the engine bay up there. Look at that, just shuts so beautifully. But that is where I'm ending it, you guys. I am trying to bust my ass to get this thing started and running. I know a lot of you guys want to see it running. B, I really want to see it running, so I'm really pushing to try to get this thing started in the next couple of weeks. I'm waiting to hear back from Kyle for the rest of the fab stuff, the intake manifold redo. I need to figure something out for the coil packs, because that's the last big holdup right now, is figuring out that coil pack situation. Once that's figured out, we're golden. We're golden. Then we just need to finish up fab, finish up the last little bit of wiring, and we are good to turn this thing over, fire it up, and start it. We've got the interior completely reassembled at this point. I still have to pull out the driver's seat and refix whatever's loose on the seat. I don't know what it is, but the seat shakes. The passenger seat, the one I'm sitting in now, doesn't. For some reason, the driver one does, but honestly, you guys, incredible progress. The fuel system is almost done. I need to order a little bit more -8 line to be able to finish the feed. I need to order a couple of fittings to finish the return, and then we have a fully working fuel system. Both fuel pumps work. We can check fuel pressure, make sure we have no fuel leaks, anything like that, but huge. Everything is ceramic coated at this point. The downpipe can get wrapped in a couple of days after it cures a little bit more. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm a sleepy dude right now. So that's where I'm ending it, you guys. If you guys like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be, because you want to see this shit box run one of these corners, no idea which one I'll put it in quite yet, but if you want to hit that button, hit that button. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to tell you to do it. You can do it if you want. So with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies. Woo!